And this narrative that he was this singular genius is also one of the reasons I wanted to do this show. He's been mythologized as somebody who just incredibly did this on his own. But there was, just like with Sam Bankman-Fried, there was a lot of sophisticated investors who should have known better, and a lot of institutions, including J.P. Morgan Chase, that had a view into his Ponzi scheme because they had billions of dollars were flowing through one checking account. And a lot of institutions, due to greed, I believe, just looked the other way.
Because I think there's a lot of people who are remarkably skeptical. You've been a long-time bull of sorts, or at least excited about the technology piece of it.
It's a very, very broad term, crypto. So as you know, we've been working with and investing in Circle for quite a while. And that's really about financial technology, about digital currencies, about blockchain technology, all three of which we are very, very positive on. To put it simply, do we believe that there's going to be a digital version of the US dollar over time? Absolutely. Do we believe that the best way to develop that is to have the central bank do it or have the private sector do it? We believe strongly in what Circle is doing, the most conservative, the most embracing of regulation. A dollar is a dollar. Backing the stablecoin has been proven day in and day out over a couple of years. And they maintain 45 billion in outstanding. So, Andrew, we think that there will be real winners in this space, but crypto is a very, very broad term. Our focus is very much on the technology of blockchain and the excitement of having a digital version of the major fiat currencies. I would argue that investment from the big banks will increase. This is an opportunity for them to get in. But again, crypto is a very, very broad term. I think we saw announcements yesterday from Standard & Chartered that they were expanding their presence in the crypto services that they provide. I think that they were very, very early to provide those kinds of custody services and whatnot. Clearly, J.P. Morgan has been investing significantly in technology, including blockchain technology. So I think this is a great opportunity for the banks to see this as an opportunity in the areas that they think are important, whether it's custody, clearing, exchanges, or whether it's more around digital currencies and the blockchain technology and DeFi. I think we're going to see a significant increase in investment from the big banks. Absolutely.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have the bank man. And no, he did not act alone, guys. We saw all the big corporations that were invested in him. One of these corporations would have busted him if they wasn't in on the collusion. And we know the parents were working with the bank man the whole time. Plus, they were getting paid. So why aren't they being charged? Because they were working on this $100 trillion derivatives market to put it on blockchain being ran by an algorithm. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have Bob Diamond, former CEO of Barclays, says that big corporations will definitely be invested in blockchain and crypto. And guys, we know these big corporations and big banks were invested in crypto from the beginning. And who does he says he's invested in? That's right, the chosen one, Circle, the USDC. And we know the US dollar is going to be in a digital form, just like all the fiat currencies. And we know blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. And guys, we know the NWO caused the problem. Wait for the reaction and run in with the solution. They printed 20% of all money in existence in 1 year. Created all this inflation. Now they're raising rates, and now we see all these corporations laying off. And we know these big corporations are paying a 15% tax. And we know they're going to pass it on to the customers and then also cut the fat. We know the robots, algorithms, and drones are going to take the place of humanity in the workforce. If you don't do anything else, spread the channel. Tell the masses to subscribe. You have an opportunity to wake the sheep. Because, guys, you're going to find out, like I always say, you're going to find out how much we need each other. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Because remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And 2023 and 2024 are going to be a nightmare for the sheep. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Harry, how many times does the Fed need to tell you that they're trying to make people lose their jobs? How many times do you need to hear that the Fed wants wage growth to stop? How many times do you need to hear that they want conditions to be worse, not better? And then to look at that as an opportunity right now, near term, I just don't see it. I'm not sure.
So, Becky, I think what's happening is that we're finally seeing what the analysts have been waiting to do, which is cutting numbers on the big guys. But they also seem to be out of sync with what the futures are doing, because most of the futures are futures are positive while the analysts are negative.
Yeah, it doesn't always, even though we start off positive, doesn't always mean we end positive, as we saw yesterday.
Like yesterday.
Yesterday.
The market killed people. And you know what, Becky, if there are a number, if you kill crypto and you kill stocks, the money just is going to go to the 3 and 5 year. And I think that's the biggest enemy of stocks.
Salesforce was up 3.5% last I checked. So you're in favor of what the company is saying just in terms of this rationalization. I mean, that's a big number if you're going to lay off 10% of the staff. Oh, now it's up 4.6%.
I think Starwood would have preferred 20%. I think that there's a lot of, you hate to say there's fat at Starwood. That Starwood says there's fat because Mark Benioff has built a great company. But I think that Starwood just says, listen, you can do it with a lot fewer people and get a lot of leverage. And this is the beginning of what I think could be that moment when you have this great subscription business, you have fewer people and it flows more to the bottom line. And Mark admits in that letter that he overhired. I think so many overhired, and it's interesting to see perhaps the guy who I expected least to be letting people go, making the moves. And a lot of other companies have to make moves, and they just haven't done it.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see the 4th Industrial Revolution, foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.